that on. It's on. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay. Let's see what this looks like over here. Oh, let's change this too. See how this works.
I never checked out the video.
Jazz, 88.3 in the new jazz thing. Music there from pianist Kenny Werner and vocalist Janice Mann. Celestial Anomaly is the name of the release. And the tune we were listening to was Thelonious Monk's instrumental Ugly Beauty with lyrics written, and it's called Still We Dream. You're listening to The New Jazz Thing. My name is Vince Outlaw, and joining us tonight on The New Jazz Thing are the members of the Red Fox Tales. So, guys, welcome to The New Jazz Thing.
Hey,
Vince.
Great to be here, Vince.
So, let's just check our levels on that, and then, guys, introduce yourself. Let's start left to right on your listening dial.
All right, my name's Jay Riley. I play bass.
JP Balmain, alto sax, bass sax.
Felipe Benavides, guitars.
And Ron Boshin, drums and cymbals.
So thank you guys for coming out tonight. And there's a couple special things that we've got going on. You guys are playing a benefit concert at Casa de Luz this week. Someone want to tell us about that?
That's right. It's Wednesday night. I think it's 6 to 8 o'clock.
5 to 8.
5 to 8. I'm sorry, 5 to 8. And I guess it's a
It's a monthly event.
It's a monthly event. So I'm told here by Ron. It's like a dinner. It's a restaurant. So you can come down. It's date night, or bring your friends down and have some dinner and listen to some jazz and support the radio station. And it's important to say that it's a benefit for the radio station, and our CD sales are going to benefit the radio station as well. So we're going to contribute 50% of any CDs we sell to the radio station.
Excellent. Well, then let's talk a little bit about the Red Fox Tales. So the Red Fox Tales has a unique San Diego jazz sound. Ron, you want to talk a little bit about, tell us about the band and where you guys got started and the kind of jazz that you guys play.
Yeah, so Felipe and I kind of started this outfit. We are both Oceanside residents, and we made a connection, and you know, we've just been building music and taking our own notes, and we have a lot of influences from indie rock to jazz, and we just love what we're doing. Jay was later. He joined the band just shortly after Felipe and I got together. So. And then we just added JP Belmont.
So the music is what we've heard, surf jazz or rock jazz or whatever. How does the surf part come into that, other than that you're here in San Diego, Southern California? You want to talk, Felipe?
I think maybe it comes from the guitar tones, like the reverb. I think that's what people seem to say. So, yeah.
Well, that's something that group, the Matson 2, has kind of made popular. But it's definitely a unique sound for San Diego. You know, we hear Latin jazz. We hear a lot of straight-ahead jazz. We've got some great vocalists and blues here in town. But that kind of surf jazz or, you know, guitar-based twangy jazz is not something that's real well-known here.
Yeah, it's kind of a newer thing, you know, and kind of take our influences even with the Latin stuff, and then Ron's drumming is very rhythmic, so it's a real rhythmic based thing. And then with the addition of JP, he really adds a lot of tasteful elements to the music, I think.
So on Jazz 88, we were playing your release from last year, Aloha, and then you were following that up with some new music. Does someone want to tell us about the new music? And I've got tune 1 on this CD of unreleased music queued up here, and we're going to play a little bit of that. Tell us about the new music, JP.
Well, I think all the new music is really an influence of all of us kind of getting together this year and playing a lot of live shows and kind of creating something that's really fresh and new. I mean, Felipe is doing a lot of the writing, and everyone kind of sits down as a group and comes up with their own parts. So when we bring it all together, it's something really special. It's been an adventure for me to try to see how I fit in. But every day we play, it's kind of something new. So this track is really kind of showing this journey for the last year.
Okay, well, let's play, what's the name of the tune?
Shining Ruby.
Okay, Shining Ruby. Let's hear a little bit from unreleased music, newly recorded from the Red Foxtails. They're playing a gig that's going to be benefiting Jazz 88. You can find out more about that on jazz88.org. But let's check out the new music here on the New Jazz Thing, Jazz 88.3. Okay. Watch me adjust here a little bit. There we go.
Pass back.
A little bit better there. There we go. Oh, and then
Sounds
mic
good,
up
yeah.
here.
Just keep that mic okay. Alright, so yeah,
Got it.
mic into there.
Got it.
Tim, you can do it in. Put the mic on the monitor. Okay. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks, Adam.
Jazz 88.3. And the New Jazz Thing, that's music from the Red Foxtails. They're joining me live here in studio and are playing a gig this week here in town benefiting Jazz 88. And this is previously unreleased and newly recorded music. Jay, tell us a little bit about how the new music may kind of show progression of the Red Foxtails. I know you've added JP to the lineup, but how does it reflect kind of what you guys are looking to do?
Well, I just think after playing for going on 4 years now, I think we just mature as musicians, not individually but as a group. So with JP, it's really kind of stepped up another notch, and the music and the idea, the inspiration, and the sort of the vision of the band has actually really stayed the same. I think it's just gotten better. The music and the influences or come together really nice and fun, and it is just a wide variety. Someone could hear us and describe us in one way, and another person could describe us totally different. But as a whole, it's just a real fun blend of music that I think has taken this long just to kind of really make it start sounding sweet.
Mm-hmm. So you guys play in other bands too around town. The Red Foxtails is not just your only gig. Let's do a quick on other places where and other bands that you play with around town. Jay, start with you.
Well, actually, I'm 100% committed to the Red Foxtails,
That's great.
Which is great. But I fiddle around on the guitar a little bit and do some video scoring on my own. But I'll hand the mic over to JP.
JP?
Yeah, right now Ron and I are playing with Euphoria Brass Band. It's kind of our main outlet other than the Red Foxtails.
Mm-hmm. And JP, you're also music director at Mission Bay?
I am also the music director at Mission Bay High School.
Excellent, and they've got a great jazz program there that you got going.
We'd like to think so.
Philippe?
I do some bass for like an indie band called The Gift Machine. Kind of like a Yola Tango-ish type of stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah, indie rock.
And Ron?
Yeah, well, Euphoria Brass Band is my other outfit. We got a little trio that plays off of the Euphoria Brass Band. We've been playing every every once in a while. So.
Yeah, I saw that Euphoria Trio.
The Euphoria Trio, yes. It's
and
really
who's
fun.
that? Who's the?
It's well, we're just slicing off 3 people off the band and putting them on gigs whenever we can. So,
that's excellent. That's
it varies.
a great way to kind of keep the band going and in a smaller thing when you can. Well, let's cue up another of these new tunes. Cut 2. I think we decided that we're going to play Cut 4 all the way through. So, Ron, tell us about Cut 2.
What's Cut 2?
Cut 2 is Carter's Cut.
Carter's Cut. That's that one. Jay brought in a bass line that was just had this great space to it, and I put a little a nice little hip hop beat kind of on it, little funky thing. And, you know, we did our Red Foxtail way of writing. We each just put together our own parts, and I just love the way it sounds. And the audiences really like this one too.
Well, let's check it out. Carter's
Cut.
Carter's Cut here.
Dedicated to Ron Carter.
Excellent. Okay, Carter's Cut, the Red Foxtails, and we'll give you information on the gig again in just a second. But let's check out this new music from the Red Foxtails here on the New Jazz Thing, Jazz 88.3.
Dave Bennett's new recording, huh? Yeah.
I see him at the Thanksgiving Jazz Festival.
Yeah, he's going to be on the show next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, he'll be in town for the Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah. Just played at Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
With like a band giving him a tribute.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a stud too. He plays everything. He plays guitar and he plays piano.
Oh yeah, he does a great
Who is this?
rock. Who am I thinking? Jerry Lee Lewis.
It's like a Jerry Lee Lewis thing.
Yeah,
I was
I
looking
noticed
on
that.
YouTube and I was like,
Bennett.
oh yeah, this
Yeah.
doesn't look like a trad
No,
clarinetist
and
kind
he
of guy.
he gets so many gigs just from him playing piano. But yeah, he's just this ridiculously talented guy who
That's pretty wild.
does pretty much everything.
Jazz 88.3 and music there from the Red Foxtails. And a disc that you can't get anywhere. You can only hear it right here on the New Jazz Thing. The Red Foxtails are all joining me this evening in the Jazz 88 studios doing a stand-up version of the New Jazz Thing interview tonight. Thanks again for coming down. Philippe, you tell me about the gig that's coming up this week. Let's remind folks where they can see the band.
It's a benefit gig at Casa de Luz in North Park area for Jazz 88. 50% of the CD sales are going to Jazz 88, which is one of my favorite stations. So I love this station.
And the time?
5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And they have food and all that other kind of stuff there. So.
Excellent.
You can walk right down to Gilbert's jam session afterwards.
Excellent.
There you
So
go. Yeah.
situate yourself in North Park for an evening of jazz
That's right.
in benefit of Jazz 88. You get to see the Red Foxtails, and you guys are going to be performing this new music?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you'll have CDs on sale. And from what I was looking at, I had only known of the Aloha disc from last year, but is there a previous disc also?
There's like a demo thing floating around that we did.
At Thomas Yearsley, Thunderbird Studios in Oceanside, it was our first recording experience with this band, and it was just really fun, a great learning experience, and What can you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, so then we've got you got the gig coming up, and then tell me a little bit about what the Red Fox Tales are doing, kind of in the future. How are you guys, moving forward? Where you guys play? Do you guys have some regular gigs, or how does this work as a working band?
Yeah, we have our regular gig. Our most regular gig is actually up in the North County, where we're all kind of situated.
Right.
We have a lot of friends and family and fans up there in Encinitas, and we play at Solace in the Moonlight Lounge on every second Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's a really fun place, great food, tasty drinks, cool people, and we like to bring you live music. And we're playing New Year's Eve at Solace, and it's going to be just hours of fun music and great people and great vibes. So come on out for New Year's and listen to some jazz and some funk and some Red Fox Tales.
Excellent. So can you tell Jay just a little bit about kind of what are some of the kind of the roots influences that have kind of driven you in this direction of jazz? Because we just mentioned Gilbert and his his thing. We also mentioned Latin jazz. There's a lot of straight ahead. But what were some of the kind of foundations that made you go this direction as opposed to kind of playing straight up? Was it just kind of where you guys were coming from musically, or did you like, wow, this is kind of a cool thing, we should head in this direction?
Well, I'll speak for myself and then pass the mic a little bit. But our influences are so varied, and some bands that are influencing me now I had never even knew about until I met these guys. So, I'm going to say that, I come from a listening background of a lot of sort of, jam band and soul jazz and funk and groove and, way back from what was happening here in San Diego in the 90s. All those San Diego bands really had a nice influence on me. But then as I met these guys, I learned, listening to other stuff that I had never even thought of. So I'll pass the mic over to them, and they can kind of chime in on what they're listening to.
Yeah, what, so for instance, JP, what from your background influences what you bring into the Red Fox Tales?
Well, I mean, growing up, I was playing a lot of straight-ahead jazz, and then when I went to high school, I really learned about the music of New Orleans, so that was a huge influence on my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to state, I was able to work with Kevin Delgado, who's one of the professors there in his Latin jazz department.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I have just a lot of influences coming into the music, and really what these guys are playing pretty much influence the way I interpret what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I hear a lot of the music of New Orleans, the party jazz in this music here that we're hearing tonight. So I see a lot of that. Felipe?
Yeah, I'd say I think my influences are kind of like I like a lot of the '60s psychedelic type of jazz, like Gabor Sabo type of stuff, and also like the next snippet you're going to play is like a Peruvian chicha music, which is kind of psychedelic, fun type of music.
Right.
Yeah, I'm influenced by that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that comes in. Ron, tell us a little bit about what you're bringing in, what some of your influences kind of bring into this music.
For me, I really enjoy the whole storytelling of it. I feel like Felipe and JP just have this vivid way of communicating, and they both come from different kind of backgrounds and angles, and Felipe is real visceral, and JP has a real broad knowledge of everything, and somehow they just have this real simple way of communicating. And Jay and I, we just kind of control the plot, if you will. If it was a movie, Jay and I, we might give you an action scene or something real mellow. And I think of it that way, almost in a visual way.
Right. Okay, so Felipe kind of gave us a little bit of a clue. The name of the tune?
The name of the tune is unnamed as of now. So excellent, very fresh.
We love that.
Yes.
We love that. And we'll find out some idea of when this is going to come out in just a few minutes. But let's check out the Red Fox Tales and Unnamed here on the New Jazz Thing, Jazz 88.3.
I'm having a Chicha's tune.
Well, we got to give it a name.
Yeah.
Chicha's a style.
Chicha is like the...
Chicha Fun Tune.
Chicha Fun tune.
Chicha Fun Tune.
CT. Hey, that might be it.
I'm going to give it a Latin with some motto.
Some reference to the Chicha.
Don't note that.
Dos pelotas.
Yeah, it was fun. I took La Patrona was like the one I think I spent the most time on with Ron going, but why am I?
Spliced it up.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's good though. So actually, it was the first time I really kind of dug into it.
Yeah. It's super simple.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the problem. It was so simple. I was trying to find a simple approach to it without, I don't know, just having a hard time
Yeah, I
with
look
it.
forward to hearing it. I have no idea what it sounds like. That's all. That makes it exciting.
It was pretty fresh. A little too fresh for me.
That's a break. Jazz 88.3 in the new jazz thing, and a tune yet to be named. We just kind of called it Chicha Fun Tune here on the new jazz thing. We're in studio with the Red Foxtails, and they're playing a gig this week, and we'll let one of them recap for you. Where's the gig this week, and tell us some specifics about it.
Yeah, the gig this week is November 20th, which is Wednesday night. It's at Casa de Luz.
Casa de Luz.
Casa de Luz, and it's 5 to 8. We'll be playing probably 3 sets of music, so a lot of music. Come on out. It's a benefit for Jazz 88, and half the proceeds of CD sales will go to the station as well. So let's get a lot of people out there and help support the radio.
So we've been featuring new music that was just recently recorded and fresh from mastering, and so then tell folks when this music is going to be in a CD form or someplace where people can check it out and listen to it.
Well, we have our man Mike Hogan out in New Orleans, who's this is the second time we've worked with him. We really like what he does to the music. He's mixing and mastering as we speak, and we're sending him files. We just have a few songs that need some touch up, but it should probably be within a month. I would say we'll have everything started to replicate, depending on how long the replication turnaround is. But a month to a month and a half, I would say.
Excellent. So where can folks find out more information about you, kind of get connected with you for upcoming gigs, for your previous discs, and for your new music?
Well, they can go to theredfoxtails.com, of course, and then we're on Facebook. And if you can find us on Facebook, that's probably a really good place to know what we're doing, because it's probably the most active. You can find out where we're playing and the gigs we have coming up when the CD's released, and we're probably going to get back into doing some live recording, and we like to kind of share the live stuff with some of the fans on Facebook. So we'll probably get back into doing that. So there's some fun incentive to find us on there. Otherwise, we'll be playing at Solace every second Sunday, and then Sanitas, and $7,000. I mean, we're around town, and the usual cocktail joints, and but our gigs vary from private parties to corporate events to cocktail lounges
Seaside Bazaar.
Yeah, the Seaside Bazaar and Encinitas. So we're playing everywhere.
Excellent. Well, we've got one more of these new tunes queued up here. Tune 4 on this CD. So what's the name of this tune, and someone want to tell us a little bit about it?
Tune is called Benson. Just a really fun tune that we love to play, and it's really fun to play live. It's very fun. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Jay, JP, Philippe, and Ron, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for bringing the new music.
Vince.
That's awesome. We love to hear that. Good luck with the gig this week.
Yes.
And with all the things you guys got going on, and with the release of this new music eventually, and more. So thanks again for coming up on the.
Thanks
for having us.
It's the Red Foxtails, and we'll post a link to information about the upcoming gig out on the jazz88.org blog at jazz88.org/blog. You can always look for new stuff out there on the New Jazz Thing. This is the tune Benson from the Red Fox Tales on the New Jazz Thing, Jazz 88.3. All right, excellent.
All right.
Great. Thank you guys.
Thanks, man. Sounds great.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, mister.
Take care. Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
Right here.